Jai Baba. Today I'm going to read a few sayings from Meher Baba from this little book called Sparks from Meher Baba. And these sayings of Meher Baba have been selected by Delia De Leon and Kitty Davey from God Speaks, Listen to Humanity, God to Man and Man to God, Beams, Life at its Best, and from various messages from the magazine The Awakener. From the beginningless beginning, I asked one question: who am I? And I gave one answer: I am God. God is beyond understanding. The moment you think you understand God, you misunderstand Him. You miss Him when you try to understand Him. All that we can ever say is God is, or one is. God is everywhere and does everything. God is within us and knows everything. God is without us and sees everything. God is beyond us and is everything. There is the eternal now, from the beginningless beginning to the endless end. There is one moment only, the eternal now. He who experiences the eternal now finds all doubts, wounds, everything dissolved like mist, and remains in eternal bliss. There is only one reality. The entire time process is imaginary. The billions of years that have passed and the billions of years that are to pass do not have the value of a second. God cannot be explained. God can only be lived. Trust God completely, and He will solve all difficulties. Faithfully leave everything to Him, and He will see to everything. Love God sincerely, and He will reveal Himself. Sacrifice everything at the altar of this supreme love. You will realize the beloved within you. Why is it so difficult to find God? It is because you are looking for something you have never lost. I am the one so many seek and so few find. No amount of intellectual effort can fathom me. No amount of austerity can attain me. Only when one loves me and loses oneself in me am I found. And then I'm going to read the 7 realities. The only real existence is that of the one and only God, who is the self in every finite self. The only real love is the love for this infinity, God, which arouses intense longing to see, know, and become one with its truth, God. The only real sacrifice is that in which, in pursuance of this love, all things, body, mind, position, welfare, and even life itself, are sacrificed. The only real renunciation is that which abandons, in the midst of worldly duties, all selfish thoughts and desires. The only real knowledge is the knowledge that God is the inner dweller in good people and so-called bad, in saint and so-called sinner. This knowledge requires you to help all equally as circumstances demand, without expectation of reward, and when compelled to take part in a dispute, to act without the slightest trace of enmity or hatred, to try to make others happy with brotherly or sisterly feeling for each one, to harm no one in thought, word, or deed, not even those who harm you. The only real control is a discipline of the senses from indulgence in low desires, which alone ensures absolute purity of character. The only real surrender is that in which the poise is undisturbed by any adverse circumstance, and amidst every kind of hardship, you are resigned with perfect calm to the will of God. This first poem is Home. Home is much more than walls, a door, and some windows. Home is wherever I am with you. You have imprinted these 4 letters on my heart. Home is where I am with you. Some people talk about kith and kin. Some talk about the hearth and such stuff. Others talk about feng shui and the flow of energy. The home is the heart. The heart is the home. Let me speak plainly here. I saw a painting hanging in a prayer room. 2 people sitting at a simple table. Above their heads, the beloved was smiling. Home is where everything happens. Home is the place where the light shines in. Home is a musical called Life and Love. Home is where I'll always be. I cannot talk too much about it. Tears run like streams down a mountain. My heart is jumping like a jack-in-the-box. I see the beloved dancing before my eyes. My home is your home. I have prepared every room for you. The heart chamber is my favorite room. It is the best one in the house. Umbrella. You came into my life without a sound. You took me from here to now. I pass my days secure in this knowledge. Still, I call out to you like a child. I cannot reconcile this life. Contradictions and paradoxes abound. I am standing with my back to the worldly wind. I am hungry only for news of you. Keep on smiling, my friend. Do not let the world line your face. It will do its utmost to make you miserable. Keep the world and its scenery in the rearview mirror. The angel of death follows all. Each one is marked with the allotted day. Remember the beloved each and every moment. He dares not care not for his lovers. There is a dark cloud on the horizon. Above it all is the effulgence of Magi. He looks after each and every one. His face is an ever-shining, radiant sun. It doesn't matter what tomorrow will bring. Take his hand in yours and hold tight. His umbrella will shield you from the storm. The rainbow of his love and grace glistening in his eyes. Silence. Love is silent. There is no need for words. The lover is silent in love with his beloved. So it is, and so it ever will be. These words are written in such silence. I look out my window and even nature is hushed. The momentum of the world stops. This moment is everything I live and die for. All else is just sanskaric soot. Doesn't matter if my eyes are open or closed. You are always before me. Your silence lives and grows in me. I adore you in your silence. Now is the only time there is. There is no past and no future. The lover gives and receives in silence. There is no message except silence. How can I tell you what I myself cannot explain? Look at my beloved, and all is revealed. His face, his hands, his feet, his glory. Do not absent yourself. Hold tight and firm. Silent is love. This much he has informed us. Why then I go on speaking as if I know? I wander this world with nothing to say. I know nothing, nothing but your sweet silence. Cloudburst. Let's go directly to the heart of the matter. The beloved is an overwhelming abundance of love. Cloudburst doesn't begin to tell the story. He is deluge. He is flood. I am a desert dweller. My sandpaper skin is dry as burnt toast. I dream sudden summer showers. I dream monsoon. I observe any and all weather forecasts. Last night, I saw heat lightning on the horizon. There was no sound, no thunder. I grow weary of false promises. I am tired of all that is not you. You give us the ultimate secret of life. You are always here, always with us. We hold nothing back in our love for you. All our efforts are seen and guided by you. You are Meher, our compassionate Father. You walk by our side. You never abandon us. You accompany us through the battle of life. You are our commander, all our actions given to you. I see storm clouds on the horizon. Soon this desert will be inundated. The rock of the ego crumbling and undone. You victorious. Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai. Your everlasting embrace. What can I begin to tell you that you don't already indelibly know? Love desperate, but never love lorn. The lover courts his beloved in countless ways. Some say there are rules to courtly behavior. Others say there are no rules at all. There is no satisfaction in love, only unceasing longing, ceaseless agony. And that is the good news. If you wish to enter love's lane, abandon all hope and suffer every predicament. Let the arrows of love slay you. I go on talking and talking. There is no one else to talk to. You know everything I say before I say it. I go on and on and on. Just yesterday, I caught a scent so familiar. I could not place it, though it enveloped me all day. This morning I felt renewed as the sun crested the horizon. For a moment, I was a garden blooming before you. Oh, beloved, make this moment an eternity. Every flower nodding and bowing before you. Let me see your sweet face everywhere. Wrap me in your everlasting embrace. Still alive. By way of greeting, on phone or in person, we say these two words to each other. Sometimes there is an emphasis on the first. Oftentimes there is a chuckle after the second. We are veterans of battles unseen, wars on the most personal of battlegrounds. Friends wonder if my friend is all there. What is healing and what is recovering? To my eyes and ears, all is well. Maybe he talks less. Maybe his hearing is impaired. What are we anyway, if not with him? Who knows but our beloved what is best? I am amazed, grateful, and thankful. There is nothing but the beloved. All is his love and grace. His name is an ocean of mercy. It is true when I say I know nothing at all. This world is a foregone conclusion. I try to keep the world at a distance. Otherwise, words just fly out of my mouth. Sometimes joy is inexpressible. Some things are infinitely beautiful. I continue writing and writing. I die a little more each day, but I'm still alive. Remembering you. As sure as the sun rises, I am remembering you. Showering and shaving, remembering you. Dressing for the day, remembering you. At breakfast, looking at my morning plate, remembering you. When am I ever not remembering you? I asked you to always be with me, knowing that you always already are. Maybe I meant me with you. That is another matter. Everybody dreams. I know that I do. Last night I was offered a job in Knoxville, Tennessee. Even in a dream, I knew I would not take it. It would involve relocation, among so many other things. I know you dream too. You are dreaming me. You are dreaming me writing this poem. Only you know how it will end. As of now, I haven't a clue. What I do is trust you. I would follow you anywhere. Anywhere happens to always be right here. So far, so good, so great, so wonderful. I forgot to tell you, dear reader, I haven't showered and shaved yet. But I am remembering the beloved. Long after this poem is written, I will still be remembering him. This must have been inspired by one of the favorite of the holiday season, Christmas season movies, It's a Wonderful Life. It's titled It's a Wonderful Life. Last night I stood outside of myself. I watched a movie of soul's memory. The twists and turns, the straightaways. It could have been called This Is Your Life. How many times have you saved me from falling, from the precipice, from the brink? I watched your unseen hands moving me, nimble, graceful, balletic, exquisite. Baba is God, Baba Kodaiji. Like God, I do not see him. I know he is here, always with me. Like my breath, I can't live without him. Oh, beloved, I talk to you all day long. Night comes, and I have difficulty sleeping. You stay with me until dreams take me once again. You are my protector. You keep watch over me. I saw something else in this movie of life, something that reached my heart of hearts. Every time my life was in danger, your face appeared, facing mine. Maybe it is a trick of cinematography. Why did it take a movie dream to show me what I already know? With you, it's all a wonderful life. Patches of the title, Divine Romance. Patches of light coalesce on the carpeted floor. My attention suddenly riveted by what I'm seeing. Your face animated, smiling, expressing. I can't hear a word, and I don't need to. Just as suddenly you are gone. The sun must have shifted on twigs and leaves. Not a leaf moves without your will. The carpet looks dull and blank without you. This moment has left its mark. I ponder your presence and disappearance. You come when I least expect it. What were you telling me so clearly in that moment? Every moment you are reaching us, touching us, telling us everything we need to know. Life is a thrilling divine romance. Dear beloved, remind me again and again. May your sunlight forever dance before me. I am jealous for any news from you. I am a bird flying in circles. You are my home where I rest and roost. The light is fading, growing dim. Soon I will light a candle and think of you. A solitary moth too close to the flame, burning, smoldering in the warmth of your love. This last one I wrote on Christmas Eve. It's called the Magi. The Magi traveled by caravan following a star from Arabia, Persia, and India. They knew where they were going. They had all seen the same thing. No one talks about their travails, the finicky camels and lame horses, the shining star guiding them through the cold nights, the moon hidden in a fold of the dark, dark sky. What did they talk about? Did they even talk at all? They knew an era was dying, the new one not yet born. And so it is, and so it will always be. A child born to save the world. God steps down from the heavens. He comes, he comes, he comes again and again. There is always a birth and a death. I should say a death and a birth. The old world crumbling and passing away. The new one shining in an infant's eyes. Rejoice, rejoice, let all hearts rejoice. The promise is fulfilled to benefit mankind. A child in a manger in the town of Bethlehem. The Magi arriving to bow before the King of Kings. And this last one is titled New Year, written on New Year's Day. Countless calendars over ages and eons, all markers of an illusory time, the dust of ancient memories, the biography of creation. Nothing exists but God. Now is the only time there is. Fold your hands and look within. The history of all histories is found here. The waves of the ocean are constant. There is no ebb and tide in eternity. Fold your hands and call out his name. There is only God. God alone exists. Close the book of the past. Do not seek the elusive future. Unfold yourself into the beloved within. All life resides in the beating heart. Today, creation begins anew. This year will follow its own path. The sun and stars overhead. You are the preserver and protector of all. Listen to the voice of eternity. May your ears hear the beloved song. Every soul stirs in its own way. Each soul bowing before him in the new year. Jai Baba, Happy New Year.